Important topic: suicide. Suicide is one of those topics that's taboo. People don't like to talk about it because it's frowned upon in society. It's a shameful thing to do, and I think that's pretty shitty. One of the reasons I think it's wrong because it's back to the previous video that I mentioned about you need to step in the person's shoes. In Islam, it says, so you got the tradition of the Rasul Sallallahu Innama al-a'mal bin-niyat. So verily, your actions are based on your intentions. So it all depends on what was your reasoning for doing a particular thing. Then that's how Allah Subhanahu wa Taala is going to see what you did. Now, if you think about it logically, if someone takes their life because they're in a difficult situation, then I think Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not going to punish that person. I think it's wrong to say it is. I don't agree with these fake sheikhs who say it is, or these dodgy priests, or these fake rabbis, you know what I mean? They're trying to make people follow religion through fear, and then it's through fear, indoctrination and that they control the people. No. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala it's about love. The goal of us connecting to Allah has to be free. Our connection for Allah has to be a love relationship. It can't be a fear. It can't be a fear relationship. Because if we worship Allah, if we follow Allah through fear, then essentially what we're hypocrites. We're fakes. Do you get me? We're pretending that we like Him, and we're only doing things because we're scared that we might get punished. But it shouldn't be like that. And this understanding, like, we got to understand Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He's always describes Himself firstly and primarily by what? By being merciful, Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim. So He's the most merciful, the most gracious. Do you get me? He didn't describe Himself as the absolute judge. He didn't describe, when you open in the Quran, he started, even Surah Al-Fatiha, the opening of the Quran, it's what you call it, it's Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Okay? By the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most gracious, you know what I mean? So, Allah's telling us that's His character, His dominant attribute that He has is mercy. So why are these, why are these fakes, why are these lapdogs of the devil, why are they telling people, the followers, why are they saying that? You're going to go to hell for this, you're going to go to hell for that. And suicide, he said you're going to go to hell for suicide. I don't think so. I don't believe it. And I'll prove it why. I'll prove it why. Okay, I'll tell you this. Do you think Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to punish a child who committed suicide because they were getting bullied in school and nobody helped that child? You tell me that Allah, the most merciful, and whoever you believe, God, Jesus, bloody Buddha, whatever you want to call it, okay, it doesn't really matter. Do you know what I mean? Do you think God cares about you believing in Him? God cares about how clean your heart is, and God cares about your actions towards other people. Do you know what I mean? God doesn't need you. Allah doesn't need you. Jesus doesn't need you. Buddha doesn't need you. Do you know what I mean? God is absolute. He doesn't need us. He's independent and He's not dependent on us. So if that's the case, we don't need to do anything towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But God wants us, Allah wants us to what? Allah wants us to be good to each other, to help each other, to be kind to each other, to be there for each other, not to oppress each other. We're meant to support each other. We're meant to, love each other, care for each other. You know what I mean? We're not meant to envy each other. We're meant to support each other, encourage each other. You know what I mean? So, okay, back to the suicide thing. No, it won't. It depends on the intention. Because we said back again, verily, your actions are judged by intention. Okay, fine. So I'll give you two examples. One example. A vulnerable girl, 12-year-old, 13-year-old, 14-year-old, being bullied in school, and the teachers seeing the girls being bullied, and the teachers do nothing about it, and then the girl goes home and she commits suicide because no one's helping. Even her family she can't tell her family because she feels ashamed to speak to her family, so she feels she's got no way out. The pain's too much, it's so unbearable, she kills herself. Now, her intention is she's trying to escape from the pain. Do you think God the most merciful, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, is going to punish it, send it to eternity, to the hellfire? And the answer is no, it doesn't make sense. We wouldn't. And we are no way, we don't even have like 1% of the mercy that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has for his whole creation. So if we feel bad, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, obviously, you know what I mean? He's better than us. He's more merciful than us. Now I'll give you the other intention of the other person. Say this person now commits suicide. Why? Because he's not getting his own way. Person commits suicide because he's selfish. Oh, I didn't get the job that I wanted. I didn't get the wife that I wanted. I didn't get the car that I wanted. Then he goes and kills himself. Then essentially that person deserves to be punished because he's being greedy and he's being ungrateful. And a person who's ungrateful is kafir. A person who's ungrateful to the blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is a kafir. He's a disbeliever then. Why? Because you're not believing in what Allah give you. If you don't believe in what Allah has given you and don't accept it and be happy with it and be grateful for it, then that's what a kafir, definition of a kafir. Kafir from, to cover, kafir, kafara, the English word cover. What are they covering? They're covering the truth. You're covering the truth, the fact that you've been given everything for nothing and you're so ungrateful after all of that, and then you go and take your own life. That person deserves hell. So that's my opinion, an opinion of the dominance of the majority of ulama with regards to suicide. Depends on the intention. Do you know what I mean? Because obviously the girl, she's gonna go to Jannah, guaranteed. She'll go to a thingy. And in fact, everyone else will be held accountable. Why didn't you help that girl? Where were you for that girl? Where was the community to help this girl? And this is what we're lacking in the community today. We're lacking in the community today a support system. And this is what I'm going to talk about, inshallah. And then in the next talk, there has to be a free, available service support system to help people, vulnerable people in this situation who feel they've got no one to talk to. Okay? And as for the selfish bastards who take their life because they think life isn't good, because they're not happy with what they've been given, they can fuck off to hell.